To whoever is feeling called to this reading in particular, welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out one card from the Magical Dogs Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. I just do more readings over there. The link to that will be in the description. And before we get the card for the context or the general energy of your reading, remember that this is a general reading on YouTube, so use your judgment and make sure the messages really do resonate. The messages that don't resonate, don't worry about it, it's meant for someone else. But the card we have here is the Seven of Wands. This is a very strong defensive kind of energy, but I don't think it's defensive in a bad way. I feel like someone is really trying to stand up for themselves and what they deserve. Like, with this imagery, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like you and another person like arguing a lot about what you deserve. I just feel such a strong need to defend yourself on, your part. Let me think for a second. I just got a knock on my door, so that could be a significant sign for someone knocking on your door. And I can't really tell if that idea like makes you anxious or makes you excited. It really just depends. Just take that however it resonates. But with this really defensive kind of energy, definitely continue to not be afraid to make the choices that you've been making if they've been out of self-love and what you deserve. People are going to take, like when things don't go someone else's way, that person is going to take that personally. So definitely don't take what they say or do to you personally as a result of you standing up for yourself. Just remember your strength and what you deserve and what you believe in. Don't let anyone make you feel small, and don't be afraid to use your voice and to take up space. I really feel like someone needed to hear that. Someone really feels like they need to be validated in their decisions, and spiritual support with that, from your spirit guides, from the universe. That could be enough support there, enough validation if you don't really have anyone in your life that you feel like you can trust. I really feel like your biggest ally right now could be your faith. Just don't be afraid to follow what you believe is truly right. I'm going to look deeper into this with the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, which is interesting. Let me get some water. What you're going through could feel like a nightmare right now, but you really need to change your perspective on your situation, on the challenges being put on your path. Definitely find deeper meaning in why you're being faced with what you're being faced with. I feel like you could also really make a difference in the world, especially when it comes to the younger generations. And I just saw 2, 3, 4. Trust that everything happens for a reason. Better understanding why you went through what you did could really help you better understand why people have went through that in the past, and it can also protect people from going through it in the future. Wow. I was just about to say you do have a purpose as I pulled out the Justice card. Public speaking could definitely be significant for someone. Being a role model, a leader. Yeah, so if you're definitely like standing alone when it comes to standing up for yourself, that's okay, because I think that just really shows how much of a leader you actually truly are. I really don't think you're meant to follow anyone, so don't be afraid to lead. And the best way to be a leader is to, also be the student. Don't be afraid of learning new things. And always don't be too hard on yourself for making a mistake, no matter what that mistake is. If you weren't seeing things clearly, then you just weren't seeing things clearly. It's okay if you weren't capable of making better decisions. But with Justice here, really just realizing what card this is with the Seven of Wands. There's someone here who is definitely bringing justice to themselves, and there's really a lot of power in that. You are going to impact people in very, very beautiful ways, and you have a lot of power for change here, even if change may be scary. I just saw 420, so that could be a significant sign for anyone. It's funny because the card is green, but anyway, I don't know, that could be something that you need to pace yourself with. Like, make sure you're not attached to anything or like any hobby or something like that. Definitely be open to not being able to do something that you really want to do. Remember that there are other ways that you can entertain yourself, or yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But this Justice card, there's like really, really powerful energy here. I'm definitely talking to a very powerful person, and your willingness to be honest with yourself and to stand up for what you deserve is really, really being recognized from the other side. Know that the work that you're doing is paying off, even if there is no material evidence yet. Oh, we have the Six of Wands. Oh, wow. The Six of Wands is always known as like the victory energy, and that energy is coming through so strong. I feel like maybe you could have already had some victories and you're not really noticing them because you haven't reached the victory that you want to reach yet. I just saw 555. Recognizing how far you've come already is really, really important. I know it's not where you want to be, but you're definitely on your way to the victory that you want. We have the Four of Wands, which is interesting because the other reading that I recorded today, Four of Wands, was in the same place with the same exact deck. So I feel like there's some sort of victory at home that's being highlighted here. I mean, it feels like there are victories on many levels, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and these more feminine victories are going to express themselves as masculine victories. You're going to have more control over your actions, you know, what is in your life, or who is in your life, and what or who isn't. It's interesting because we really have to accept that we don't have control to be in control. That's definitely strong leadership energy there. I really feel like learning to be more accepting of things that you can't control. That's the best way you could help others be more accepting of what they can't control too. And I think your story could really, really help fill in the gaps for some people, if that makes sense. Regardless, your story is definitely powerful here, and especially with this Jack here standing on the podium. I feel, I can't say it enough. I feel someone here who is very, very powerful, and you have a lot of potential when it comes to making a difference in the world simply by understanding why you went through what you did. Oh, now we have the Page of Pentacles. Extra interesting, because in that other reading where the Four of Wands was in the same place, this Page of Pentacles was the general energy. And this page is actually looking at the Four of Wands with the way it's placed on the table. You may feel like you're separate from the people that you live with, or you're just so different from a lot of people, or maybe specifically your family. And I think you need to value more what makes you stick out from them. You know, just because you do stand alone, and it's not always a bad thing to stand alone. Standing alone doesn't always mean that you're wrong. Honestly, majority rules is it's not very helpful in my opinion, because the majority seems to be stuck in herd mentality, and they kind of just go where it pleases the most people, and that's really not healthy. You stand out for a reason. There's something really beautiful about why you stand out, and there are going to be people in this world who won't see that beauty, but that's why it's so important to be grateful for the people who do see that beauty, even if, you know, it's like a past loved one or a spirit guide or whatever. Don't underestimate the power of that spiritual support. I feel like faith really helps you trust yourself more and believe in yourself more and follow your intuition. I definitely feel like the universe is on your side here, and that feels so special to me. The Page of Pentacles, there's a lot of inner child energy here, as there was in that other reading that I recorded today. I think you need to focus on being more optimistic and more hopeful about the decisions that you're making, especially if you're making these decisions because you value what you deserve. And I just saw 1010, so your spirit guides are there to support you. Definitely, like this energy, I don't know how to describe it except precious. But I just saw 122. Remember that change does start with you. I feel like, I don't know if it was this reading that I said something about having an impact on the younger generations, but understanding your own inner child will really help the world understand the existence of like an inner child and a human in general, if that makes sense. I definitely feel you're being called to take part in, you know, the spiritual community and trying to spread more awareness and raise the consciousness. You could be being called to be a light worker, maybe record readings for YouTube or whatever you feel called to do. If you definitely feel like you are, like, career-wise, you're meant to be somewhere more creative and more flexible, definitely keep healing, especially if you don't know where exactly you feel you should go in the creative industry. So 1, 2, 3, trust that everything really does happen for a reason. Next we have, wow, the 3 of Wands. The Wands energy here is pretty strong. I don't know what element Justice is, but there are 4 Wands on the table, 4 Wands cards, including the general energy. There's definitely a lot of fire. I was really feeling that with you standing up for yourself. And all I have to say is, like, the energy that you're in right now feels so beautiful. And just because those around you don't recognize it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because those around you don't see your light, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just saw 12 boundaries, for sure, and being honest about how you feel are really important right now. With the 3 of Wands here, it's like it's saying your justice and expanding as a result of that justice. I just saw 1, 2, 3. What was I gonna say? These messages, the random ones that come in out of nowhere, can be so distracting sometimes. But I did get flashed this Wheel of Fortune. It was in that. Talk about the messages that come out of nowhere. With that phone ringing while I'm recording this, that's always a sign or a message to me that there's definitely a call here. I feel like you feel that you're being called to grow so you can expand and have more in some way. I definitely feel like someone is being called in a certain direction. I'm getting some water. Also, it's interesting how there was that message about someone knocking on your door, and now someone could be calling your phone. If this is the same person, don't feel obligated to answer them. Don't feel obligated to give them your attention. And I don't know who this one could resonate for, but if it feels like someone will just not leave you alone, there may be something legal involved here. That's all I'm gonna say about that. They're just letting someone know that your spirit guides do recognize what you're going through, and they really, really want to communicate with you, guide you, and help you get out of a very difficult situation. I just saw 122 change really does start with you. Getting out of your own situation, you really be able to help others get out of difficult situations. So difficult situations as well. There's a lot of things shifting and moving around and transitioning in the world because how much is going on underneath the surface. And you will attract people who are meant for you, who will love you for you, and who will respect your boundaries and just like respect who you are in general. You don't deserve to be surrounded by people who laugh at you instead of with you. Definitely trust yourself if someone's energy feels off. And also, another thing that I forgot to say about the phone call, there could be someone, like a family member, I just saw 222, calling, who does want to connect with you, that I think the universe does want you to connect with. Just, use your judgment on who you should connect with energetically. I just saw 2, 3, 4. Everything happens for a reason. That specific phone call could be like from a grandparent. Maybe a grandparent wants to help you with a certain situation, and it may not be in a way that you truly need, but they are there. They're there to speak with you, to help you screw your head on straight whenever you're feeling overwhelmed and wanting to be self-destructive. Just don't be afraid to let in the people that you know you can trust, whether it's now or down the line. Now we have the Fool. Wow, oh my gosh, and that's clarifying this victorious Six of Wands type of energy. There is something big, like a big beginning waiting for you, for sure, and there's just so much joy. You definitely earned whatever this big beginning in your life is. When you're presented with this opportunity, go into it without any expectations. Open mind, open heart, open soul. Just look at it as more of an adventure rather than an achievement, I guess. It's definitely celebrate how far you've come and be very happy and excited about this big opportunity, but don't let that excitement make you expect too much. You gotta keep yourself in check. But I feel like by the time you get to this big opportunity, keeping yourself in check will be like the back of your hand. It'll be easy. So just stay focused on your healing and protecting yourself from people and things that you don't deserve at all. I just saw 444, and I feel like this has a lot to do with standing up for yourself with the people that you live with and or family. 456, trust that everything happens for a reason. I almost feel like maybe you could look at life, remember that it's still reality, but maybe you could look at it more like a video game, just with more real consequences. Definitely just change your perspective on the challenges. And I feel like maybe you've already been doing it with this victory in your future. And that could just be confirmation for you. But whoever needed that message, the white dog here, by the way, could be significant. Maybe like that specific. Honestly, it's been so long. I think the dog's name is Sparky, but I don't know. But that character specifically could be significant in the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. I love that movie so much. If you do, go watch it. There could be some messages or signs in there for you. I just saw 555 as well, which really does confirm that, like, not all changes are bad. They all may be scary, but not all of them are bad, for sure. So if there's some sort of big opportunity coming down your path, it could be more of like a test of your judgment, where, you know, regardless, this is going to come down your path, but, you know, you're going to have to make a decision, and it's important that the decision you make is out of self-love rather than self-destruction. That's why your healing is so important right now, so that way you're ready to make this decision, because it's not like the universe wants to see you fail, you know, like it doesn't want to punish you or anything like that. Honestly, that's kind of why, like, you know, maybe that's why you're being called to the more spiritual things, is to repair your relationship with the universe. That could be a sort of specific message for someone, but doesn't have to be. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of signs here around an opportunity, and it's the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and maybe even the Justice card. But I really feel like there's going to be an opportunity coming up that will really help stabilize your foundation in a material way, like with money. Not sure what that could be, because again, it could be different for everyone, but it really does feel like there's going to be an opportunity here. Like, it either has something to do with surrounding yourself with new people, it could be a new job, it could be anything. Whatever it is, it's giving you a stronger sense of stability and security. But to really obtain this opportunity, you need to be making sure that you're seeing things for what they are, and that you're willing to find the courage to fight for what's right. If you're self-destructive, you're not ready to receive more from the universe, so the universe will not give you more. And I do feel like the universe wants to give you more than just material things as well. Definitely some more magical, spiritual type things, some really cool signs or synchronicities. I really, really feel like someone's spirit guides want to have a stronger connection with them. They want you to be more comfortable and willing to communicate spiritually, whatever that may mean for you. Oh, and now we have the Ten of Swords, which is honestly kind of sad with it clarifying the Page of Pentacles. But it's bittersweet almost, I want to say, because there is a painful ending here with the Ten of Swords. There's really strong confirmation, by the way, that your spirit guides are near and they want to help you, especially with something painful that you're dealing with. And I feel like this ending is affecting you on such a deep level, like you can feel it in your inner child. And that's why it's so important that you hear your inner child whenever it needs to be heard. Really, the best thing that you can be doing for yourself right now is to stay focused on you, your worth, what you deserve, and, you know, really trying to understand yourself so you can better understand how you can protect yourself from things that you don't deserve. I definitely feel like right now you're trying to not be your own worst enemy, and that's really, really, like, strong and powerful and beautiful, because a lot of people are like that. A lot of people hate themselves, and not a single person on this planet deserves to feel that way about themselves. And I just saw 1010 again. Yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much spiritual support coming through, and I really feel like it's some validation that someone needs, that they are on the right path, that they're doing the right thing. So here's that confirmation. And definitely, while you're, you know, really working through this painful ending in your life, you know, don't forget, like, I'm picking up on something like, I'm picking up on that scene from The Big Bang Theory where someone died and Sheldon was upset about it, and some some character or whatever came in his dreams and told him to appreciate the people who are still here. You know, and that doesn't minimize this pain or this grief that you're feeling. Honestly, it's really to help you feel more comfortable and loved and supported. That's all that the universe wants to be there to do for you, is to, you know, it doesn't want to give your answers to you. It wants you to find your own answers, but it's there to support you, like, a lot. Like, I can't even put it into words to express how much they're there for you. But to wrap up this reading, I'm going to, well, I already got it, which you might have noticed while I was talking, but I got, these are like little strips of paper from fortune cookies with little fortune on them that I saved. And so yeah, let's see what this one says. Wow. Wow. It says, opportunities surround you if you know where to look. Wow. I really, really love this message, especially with, you know, lots of signs here around an opportunity. I just saw 122 and then 123. So change starts with you. Trust that everything happens for a reason. With this little piece of paper that says opportunities surround you if you know where to look. Knowing where to look is really, really important right now. And I really think you need to be grateful for what you do have and to not focus so much on, you know, what you don't have and what isn't. I think appreciating what you do have is really, really going to make the way out a lot more clearer for you. I mean, regardless, you are on the right path, and these messages could just be a lot of confirmation. But yeah, opportunities, definitely. There are opportunities everywhere. It's just sometimes, or a lot of the times, our fears, our worries, our anxieties can get in the way of us, you know, having or really seeing the way out, or even be willing to take that route. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but Dr. Seuss could be significant, which is actually making me think of the Big Bang Theory again. So that TV show could be significant, or the Big Bang Theory. Those things could just be significant, whether it's talking about the TV show or not. Well, I mean, I have something interesting to show you. When I was younger, I just saw 333, but when I was younger, I used to, like, I guess close my eyes and think back to the very beginning of time. And obviously, I mean, in a 3D sense, I wasn't there. But it always just gave me, like, a weird feeling. I don't know why I felt called to share that, but there it is. The 333 is definitely confirming that if you're growing and you're trying to follow your intuition in terms of some sort of expansion, you are definitely on the right path. And, you know, just keep believing in yourself for sure, and keep believing in your strength, because let me tell you, your light right now is shining so bright. But, you know, just because some people are too lost in their own darkness to see your light, like I said, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But that will be the end of your reading. I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you'd like to hit the like button to show me that, that's the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.